stuffing his hands into his pockets. She held her arms out. "Come here, baby," she said. He walked over to her and they hugged. I seen a tear slip from his eye. I smiled and cried too. This was such a wonderful, heartwarming moment. They parted and laughed at each other for crying. "Wow," he said, wiping his eyes. She laughed. "Baby, you did a good job with picking her." M'(S. Tanisha said. Demarco's mother, Demarco nodded. "I know I did. I love her," he said, walking over to me and putting his arm around my waist. I smiled. "Ah, I bought you a cake and a gift," I said, pointing to the table. He walked over to the table and opened the gift. It was the new Jordans. "Baby. Thanks so much. I'll have to pay you back," he said. "What?" "No, it's a gift. You do not have to pay me back," I said. "You know I like you spending money on me," he said. "So, it's your birthday and I wanted you to enjoy your day," I said. He smiled. "Okay, I'm about to walk home to get something. I'll be back," I said, heading for the door. "You walkin'?" Demarco asked. I nodded. "Nah, here, take Ginger," he said, reaching in his pocket and throwing me the car keys. I smiled and walked out the door. I hopped in Ginger and drove my house. I noticed my mother's car wasn't in the driveway. I haven't been home in about 3 weeks. I guess I live with Demarco now. I unlocked the door and went inside. "Who that is?" I heard a voice say. "Mom?" I asked, confused. I walked into the kitchen to see her sitting at the table drinking a dark liquor. "I didn't see your car outside," I said. "Where the fuck you been?" She asked sternly. "Out," I said. She stood up slowly from the table. "You been out there hoeing around. Lisa from down the street said she seen you with that thug that be hanging around," she said. "You don't know him," I yelled. "I know he up to no good. I know that," she said. "Like I said, you don't know him. You and Lisa can mind your own business," I yelled. "You my child, you are my business," she said. "Since when did you start giving a fuck?" I asked. "Excuse me, Kaienne, have you lost your damn mind?" she yelled. I rolled my eyes. "You've been around that nigger too long, he corrupting your mind," she said. "Leave me alone. You don't know shit about him," I yelled. "As long as you living with me, you are not to see him, do you understand?" she yelled. "I don't have to live here," I said, running upstairs. She ran behind me. "Oh really? Where you gon' go, huh?" she asked. I grabbed a few things. "Don't worry about me," I said, running down the stairs outside. She followed me again. "Kaienne, you get out that car right now," she said. "No. You are never here for me. We barely talk and now you just go stand there and try to be a mother. All of a sudden. Well, I ain't having it. Don't worry about me," I said before driving off. I did 80 all the way back to Demarco's house. I walked in to see him on the couch chilling. "Where Tanisha?" I asked. "She gone. She invited us to her church this weekend," he said. I sat down. "Oh, sounds cool," I said. "What's wrong?" he asked. I told him about what had went down between me and my mother. "Maine, you can live with me, you don't ever have to go back," he said. I laid my head on his chest. "Thanks, baby," I said. He rubbed the side of my face until I fell asleep. The next day, we sat in Ginger, eating chicken wings and jammin' Boosie. "This my song," I said when Set It Off came on. We started dancing and laughing. He turned down the music. "Wanna do something crazy?" he asked. "Crazy? What's crazy?" I asked. "Let's go get tattoos," he said. I laughed. "That's not too crazy," I said, rolling my eyes. "I wanted to be daring. Get my name tatted on you," he said, smirking. Ha. Get mine. I responded. Okay. He answered. Aight. I responded. I sat in the chair, my heart racing. I can't believe I was about to do this. DeMarco kept smirking at me. I rolled my eyes. I heard the ink gun start. I swallowed a lump. I held out my pinky finger and closed my eyes. It didn't hurt too bad. There it was, DeMarco Kaienne tattooed in cursive on my pinky. I hopped out the chair. DeMarco sat down and held out his pinky finger. Kaienne tattooed on his pinky finger. We paid and left. It looks nice, I said looking at his pinky. He smiled. Yeah, I hope we don't break up cuz, he said. I started to laugh. He did too. I need so gas tow, he said, driving car across the street to Citigo. He parked and went to go pay for the gas. I rolled down the window and texted Michaela and told her I was thinking about calling the bet off when somebody said something to me. Where DeMarco? A girl voice said. I looked up to see a pretty girl looking down at me. He in the gas station, I replied. Oh, who you? She asked with an attitude. Kai, DeMarco's girlfriend, I said back with an attitude. Ha, see he downgraded, she said laughing. Who the fuck are you? I asked. Keisha, DeMarco's ex, she said rolling her eyes. Oh hell no, I stepped out the car. Are we going to have a problem here? I asked, closing the door. She looked at me, rolled her eyes and laughed in my face. Like she took me for a joke. I got mad. Nah, just tell DeMarco, he could come visit his daughter more often. It's been 2 months, she said. What? Daughter? I asked, confused. Oh what, your little boyfriend ain't tell you he had a daughter? Typical, she said, getting upset. I sighed. I knew it was too good to be true, I mumbled. He walked out the gas station. He looked surprised when he seen me and Keisha talking. He walked to us slowly. Yo, who this is DeMarco? I asked, curious to see what he was gon' say. Keisha. What you doing here? He asked. I've been looking for you. Where you been at? I'm supposed to be mommy and daddy now. She asked him. Main chill, he said. No, chill my ass. We got a daughter together and you better start pulling your weight around here or I'ma put your ass on child support, she said coldly and walking away. He looked down at his feet, then at me. I rolled my eyes and got back in the car. He pumped his gas and drove off. The whole car ride was silent. He parked and I ran into the house with him right on my heels. I walked into the bathroom and slammed the door. He banged on it. I opened the door. Main, let's talk, he said. No, I yelled back. He sighed. Main, I'm finna get pissed off. Open the fucking door, he yelled back. I didn't say anything. I sat on the toilet. It sounded like he kicked the door. It made me jump. Open the door, he yelled again. I said nothing. He kicked the door again. I got up and slung the door open. I don't want to talk to you, I yelled, pushing past him. He grabbed my arm and pulled me close to him. Look, I ain't know how to tell you, he said. You should have just told me. I responded. I'm sorry baby, I just didn't know how you would react, he said. I'm not that mad, it's just bothered me when she said that you haven't visited your daughter in 2 months. I said. He sighed and let me go. What's up with that? I asked. He didn't say nothing. What, you don't want a daughter? I assumed. Nah. It's just that every time I visit, Keisha always give me a hard time, he said. He walked to the bedroom, kicked off his shoes, and took off his shirt. Man. I ain't asked for this shit, he said. I sat on the bed behind him. What you mean? I asked. Main, I ain't trying to get her pregnant. I wore a condom, she tore a hole in it. And now we have Taylor, our daughter. I love my daughter, but Keisha. Man, she crazy, she won't let a nigger do right, he said, holding his head down. I started rubbing his back. He picked his head up and kissed me. Baby, I'm really not mad anymore, I said. I love you, girl. What you did the other day was just wow. How did you find my mom's? He asked. I giggled. It took 2 weeks and a million phone calls just to find out her number and address, I said. You went through a lot of trouble, he said. Yeah, I did, but it was totally worth it, I said. We kissed. His phone rang. Aight, he said before hanging up. He stood up and got dressed again. Where you goin'? I asked. One of my workers, Jamal, called. He needs some more snow, he said, digging in the closet. Okay, I'll wait up. Be safe, babe, I said. He kissed me again and walked out the door. DeMarco POV. I grabbed 2 bags of white and left the house. I drove to where Jamal's section was and got out the car. I didn't see him. I looked around a bit and still didn't see him. I just wanna get back home so I can fuck my girlfriend. I sighed and turned around. As soon as I turned around, I got punched in the face hard. I stumbled back. It was Rakim and some other nigger. The fuck, nigger, you wanna scrap? I asked. Nah, we don't fight fair, my nigger, he said before punching me again. I hit him back. I was beating Rakim ass before his homeboy jumped in. They kicked me in the back, stomach and face. I laid there in pain. I left Pancake in the car. Fuck. They dug in my pockets, stole my white and left. I got robbed. I got up and limped to my car. Comment, vote, share and fan. I won't update until I have a certain amount of votes and comments. I'm petty, so what? I need feedback. 6. It's personal now. Kaienne POV. I was sitting on the couch, playing Candy Crush, waiting on DeMarco to get back home. Fuck, he is taking forever, I said out loud. Then there was a knock on the door. I jumped up and ran to get it. As soon as I opened the door, DeMarco fell in the door. Oh shit. I yelled. He groaned. DeMarco, I yelled. I helped him to the couch. He is so big and heavy, I tried my best to get him to the couch. His face was slightly bruised and his lip was bleeding. I'm gonna help you, okay? I said, touching his stomach. He jumped. I lifted up his shirt to see a big bruise on his stomach. I got up and ran to the bathroom. I got a wet towel. I ran to the kitchen and filled the towel up with ice. I placed it on his bruised stomach. We laid there for a while I rubbed the ice over his bruise. Baby, he mumbled. Yes. I responded. I'm okay now, he said. I smiled. Good, baby, what happened? I asked. I got robbed. They stole $2,000 worth of snow. He said. I gasped. Are you going to get in trouble with your boss? I asked. He chuckled. Baby, I am the boss, he said. I sighed in relief.